The second name I have given here, the naphthalene. Naphthalene looks like a white, small balls, which are very much used in the public toilets as such. It is a good germ killer as such. And its rate of evaporation is much faster. Even in houses and our cupboards and all, we do use the Odonil. It is a trade name of some kind of naphthalene. It is also the same kind of volatile substance. The same category of substance is called naphthalene. That is also, when heated up, it directly becomes the vapor state. There comes a term called dry ice. Dry ice is not that the ice is to be made dried. It is actually the solid form of carbon dioxide gas. So solid form of carbon dioxide gas is completely white, snowy substance. It is highly volatile because at any temperature, it can immediately change to the gaseous state. So it gives a very, very much cooling effect as such, dry ice. There is one ammonium chloride, which is very common solid substance, ammonium chloride, which is a source of ammonia gas as such. This is also, when heated up, it gives up the vapor state directly. So these are the common names. There is a non-metal called iodine. It is a violet color solid substance. If it is slightly heated, it also evaporates, and when it is cooled, it becomes in the solid form. So there are a few names of the volatile solids. The volatility is a property in which the solids or liquid substances can evaporate at a very low range of temperature. That is the meaning of volatility. Even the liquids are also volatile. Liquids are also volatile, and their volatility levels are different. Water is also volatile, spirit is volatile, petrol is volatile, ether is volatile, but their volatility is very, very, very much different from each other. Mercury is not volatile because it hardly evaporates at normal conditions. Like that, this volatile term is not a very much unknown terms for us here. Though I have used the term volatile solids, so these are the few names which actually change directly. So they undertake the process called sublimation. So in one word we say that camphor, naphthalene, dry ice, ammonium chloride, iodine, they can sublime. If you use the term sublime, that means you are just making the meaning clear that they are volatile solid substances. When heated up, they can go directly in the vapor state, and on cooling, they come to the solid state again. So that is all about the change of states of matter. Then, as one by one, also I said what is what, you must get through page number 6 and page number 7 very clearly. I move on to page number 8 in my reference book here. I find there is an activity number 7. So mind carefully the activity number 7 here, which actually requires to give you an experimental process of finding the melting point of wax. Melting point of wax. I spoke about the melting. Melting is a thermal process of changing the solid substances to its liquid form, and that too takes place at a definite and constant temperature, and that temperature is called the melting point. Here is an experimental process of showing it. There is an experimental process where the melting point of wax in your textbook is described here. So, to determine melting point of wax. Experimental process, so it's experiment. That's why everyone expects that you must write it down and also understand by the process of its experimental process. In this, it is taken that there is a hard glass test tube Test tube is taken. This test tube is to be kept in a beaker which must be containing water in it. Must be containing water, and there are some pieces of wax. This is fitted up with a tight fitting cork, which is allowing a Celsius thermometer to go in the test tube. This is the bulb of the thermometer, goes in. There is a tripod stand with a wire gauge. This is having a Bunsen burner, which is to be burnt at times. And there is a stand which is being used to hold the apparatus correctly. There is a clamp which is just holding this one tightly. This is clamp with stand. This is clamp with stand. This is called wire gauge. This is the tripod stand which holds the beaker up. There is the thermometer which is placed here, cork. This is your thermometer. And also there is a stirrer which is to be used. This is an important part of apparatus called stirrer that is also used in this. This is your burner called Bunsen burner. I think this rough sketch or the sketch is done, it is drawn without scale. So I must advise you, while you are drawing it, draw it to your scale, proportionate lengths and all, and do draw it clearly by using scale and pencils. Here, in the beginning what happens? This beaker is taken, water in it, beaker containing water. Beaker containing water. It is taken to be 1/3 of that or half of that. And a test tube is just held with a clamp and to be fitted in, which is containing the small chips of solid wax. A thermometer is just gone right inside the chips. It is in a solid form, so it is gone in. A stirrer is just kept in here just to keep the water moving up and down mechanically, to be done by hand. And it is to be kept on the wire gauge on the tripod stand, and a Bunsen burner is to be fitted in. When the apparatus is ready, you must get the chart over here. You can see that you must make a chart over here, and you should have a stopwatch with you for recording and maintaining the rise and fall of temperatures. So there must be a stopwatch. A stopwatch. The stopwatch is useful just to note the temperature at regular interval of time, at regular gaps of time. It is to be there. When the apparatus is set, timing in minute, time in minute, set to be 0 as a starting point. And similarly, you write the temperature, what it is, must be the room temperature. Whatever the room temperature, just the beginning point, its temperature will show that. If it is 25 degrees Celsius, it is that. If it is 28 degrees Celsius, it is that. Whatever the room temperature, it is to be noted at first. Say it is 25 degrees Celsius. Fine. Now you start heating. When you started heating it up, as you are heating it and start the stopwatch, after a minute is lapsed, just after 60 seconds it comes, you must note down the temperature. There will be a change in temperature. There will be a rise, there will be a change in temperature. And that time you will say it is 1 minute and temperature may be 30 degrees Celsius. I say maybe, that depends on the other conditions as such. And like that, you can go in doing every minute. You are noting it down, temperature goes on increasing. And as the temperature increasing, the time is also getting lapsed, and gradually you keep on moving this stirrer up and down so that water what is to be heated up, that water is giving the hotness to this test tube, and within that the wax is there, they get the uniform hotness. The hotness they get uniformly, that's why. And on doing so, it will rise up, rise, and you will find in the list there, in the table there, if you're concerned, that it reaches up to certain temperature at certain lapse of period, certain lapse of time. And that time you find it reaches up to 55 degrees Celsius. At 55 degrees Celsius, when it reaches, a time may come when it is 55 degrees Celsius, a time it will come. But your time is getting lapsed. Again 1 minute, again 1 minute, again 1 minute, again 1 minute. And as the time is regularly having a lapse, but the temperature remains constant for a few minutes, maybe 3 to 4 minutes, the temperature goes constant, but the time is just, you are heating it up, and time is regularly increasing, but your temperature goes fixed. And that time you will find that the wax, what was in solid form, that started melting. At this point, it started just melting, it started at the first 55 degrees Celsius. And as the time is lapsed gradually, that melting, it continues melting. A time comes when it becomes just watery, water-like. You find the transparent, glass is transparent, water is transparent, this wax will also become almost transparent. That time you find it is totally melt. And in due course of melting, the temperature doesn't change. Temperature remains constant. After all the waxes melt, again the temperature will shoot. Temperature will shoot again from 60 degree, 65 degree, 70 degree, like that it can move up again as the time is getting lapsed. So we can heat it up to 100 degrees Celsius because it is, water is there, so water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, so you can heat it up to 100 degrees Celsius, but there is no point. As in your book it says about 70 to 80 degrees Celsius it is heated up, and gradually temperature goes rising because it is now reaching, it is increasing temperature because after melting, what happens? It's that phenomenon is stopped, the melting process is stopped. Again its kinetic energy keeps on increasing. At times when it was melting, at the time it was melting, that is melting point, at this temperature as it reaches, its kinetic energy is not further increasing. That's why temperature goes constant. And that time, what it was happening? It was increasing the space by breaking the intermolecular forces. That energy was used in order to increase the intermolecular forces. So that energy, that kinetic energy, the particles convert itself to the potential energy form. That is the potential energy form. That's why temperature remains constant. And gradually again, its temperature increases because it is now reaching to the boiling temperature. When it is boiling, that time it is reaching there. Is that clear? That way. And after that, you got the melting point at 55 degrees Celsius. Now reverse order, let it cool down. Remove the burner. Again start noting down the temperature. Again start minute in time, noting down the temperature 0. Again make the list. You find that at 0 degree, at 0 point, at 0 starting point of the time, it was 70 degree because you went up to 70 degree. That time you remove the burner. And as you remove the burner, automatically water will get cooled. Water will reject the heat. And as the water rejecting the heat, gradually what will happen? This wax is also giving up the heat. As the wax is also releasing the heat, gradually what happens that wax temperature will go down. And it will come down and down and down after every lapse of a period. After every lapse of a period, it will go down, 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 down. And a time will come when? A time will come when it will again reach 55 degrees Celsius. Again, its temperature will become constant for some time. 3-4 minutes again, it will go constant. Because that time, what is happening? That the kinetic energy is getting, it is just removing the heat energy from there, and as such, it is now acquiring the molecules to be coming closer by decreasing their kinetic energy, and slowly what will happen? That will start getting frozen. That will start again getting solidified. And again it will come to the temperature, 55 degrees Celsius, 55 degrees Celsius quite for some times, say 3-4 minutes it will take, and at that time also it will get into the temperature fixed. That is called the freezing point. That is called the freezing point. So what conclusion is there? That melting point of a solid wax is equal to the freezing point of the liquid wax. And that happens to all the kinds of solid substances in the liquid forms. Water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. Ice also melts at 0 degrees Celsius. Similarly, if we take naphthalene in place of that, it will take 80 degrees Celsius. Naphthalene will take 80 degrees Celsius for melting. And when you cool down, the temperature will go decreasing from 80 above. As it reaches the 80 degree again, it will go stop. And again, it will remain for some times, and gradually it will decrease. That means at that temperature, the molten naphthalene will be solidified at 80 degrees Celsius. In this way, we have come across the experimental process of both freezing point and melting points. I must go for your conclusive part here, and there is a blue block here which is saying, do you know? This do you know is actually the terms that is getting the real science behind it. A temperature at which a liquid is frozen is called the freezing point, or the solid substance melts at the